Hello all, James Johnson, aka Sulphur Blade, and welcome back to War in the Sea and my continuing War in the Pacific Let's Play. I just want to point something out before I start into this, and that is just what happened with the last video. I'm extremely thankful for you guys smashing the like buttons the way you did. Holy crap. I'm almost at a loss. So the video itself didn't really get any more views than any other video I've done, and for that matter, it wasn't a particularly eventful video. Not all that much happened in it, but for some reason, an extremely larger percentage of you smashed the like button than normally do. I don't know why that happened. Have no idea why. But thank you all for doing it anyway. Yeah, okay. So with that out of the way, let's just get the clock rolling. I usually do a quick rundown of what's going on. We have Pensacola, I believe, leaving. Yeah, she had just smashed Pohnpei, and she's heading back to rearm. Carrier Task Force 1 is just gonna go back to loitering around the Gilbert Islands area here. Amphib Group 1, I believe, is heading back to deliver some reinforcements to Leh. We about to have the Australia, who detached from Invasion Force Australia, rendezvousing with the Task Force Exeter to join up with that task force. And Invasion Force Australia is heading back to get more troops from Tarawa. The Wasp is going to loiter around the Moresby area to provide combat air support to the incoming American Amphib Group, bringing reinforcements to Leh, and that pretty much sums up where we're at. So let's get it started. Of course, we have that one Sunderland that's always going to cause us problems, and she stopped there today. Well, all the Sunderlands cause us problems, but this is the only one I'm willing to micromanage anymore. The other ones I'm just going to let sit around and run out of endurance so that they then go and do their straight-legged patrol. This one, however, finds us food at a regular basis, so we need to make sure it is functioning properly. I did see a comment that I've evidently been missing food, and I no doubt believe that's probably the case. It is very hard to it's really hard to watch this map on the scale that it is and not miss anything happening. There's just so much going on that looking at it like this, it's very hard to see the fine details, and then when you zoom in, you get a large area of the map that just vanishes. So if I've missed food, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. Alright, we should be able to merge. Alright, now we need to reset the battle lines, as I want Australia at 3. I want the Gambia at 4. So that's the Crown Colony class. That's these two are what are they? They're Aussie heavy cruisers. Probably Canberra class since it's the first in the group. And then we have the Exeter at number 2 position, who's the namesake of the surface action group. I like to think that we have some uppity British commander aboard the Exeter who's telling all the rest of the Aussie sailors what to do. There's probably some level of resentment from all the Aussie ships saying, why the hell or is our task force being commanded by this one sole British ship? Anyway, that's what I have envisioned in my mind anyway. Actually, what should I be doing with the Exeter right now? I would like to have the Exeter heading over here to Ambon, but without air support, that's a bad idea. So, Exeter, your group you're gonna loiter. Loiter in that area for now. Why there? Because maybe I'll need an emergency maybe in the case of emergency I'll require a surface action where I will actually engage another surface task force with them. Though it's very unlikely. I don't want to do that. I do everything I can to avoid that. But who knows? Maybe the Japanese send like 2 groups again down here, completely deplete Milne of all of its air, and the Wasp valiantly fights but can't manage to get them to turn around, and so Exeter is our last line of defense. Yeah, it's a stretch, I know, but you know, it's where else are we gonna have the Exeter sit around right now? Exeter needs to wait for Wasp to be able to escort her to Ambon. And right now, the Wasp, or not the Wasp, but the Darwin, excuse me, we renamed the Wasp the Darwin. The Darwin is needed to provide air cover for this very slow-moving amphibious group. Is there a chance that the quicker-moving warships could get over here, do the bombardment, and make it back in time to provide air support? Yes, I think, but I think it would be cutting it close, and I'm not willing to risk it, if you will. So, as what I usually do, I will err on the conservative side and take caution. I did not mean to press tactical. That just sort of happened. Well, while we're here, we'll take a nice look at the Atlantic class escort for our carriers, the Big E and the Hornet, and their 2 destroyers on the outskirts. There, we've seen some eye candy. That was an accidental press of a button. All right, we'll set that as the current loitering zone for CTF1. Lay's now under our control. Really? Okay. That's interesting. Right. Actually changes my thought process here a lot about what am I doing with this amphibious group. Well, you're getting retasked. You gotta be flexible. Okay, so we're going to do something like this. We're going to wake. And like, why did we spend so much gas to come down this way? Because we weren't really expecting that to happen. Not this quickly, anyway. So now that actually changes this aspect too. Exeter, or Darwin, to here. $30 to get to there with the carrier. Task Force Exeter. Much quicker, so we will go a bit further out of the way there. Alright, we'll let the carrier go in first by about an hour. That should work. And 49 command points. Really? Enterprise. Launch your Wildcats. Hornet. Launch your Wildcats. Begin. Zeros. A large number of zeros. Are we within range of truck? I don't know. I have to think there might be a carrier nearby. So I've seen comments about the crazy ratio of Wildcat to 0 kills I've been having in my Let's Play so far, and I agree. It's been a bit crazy. Certainly not historical, but I have a feeling that one of the reasons for it is that most of the time when I am engaging zeros, like right now, it's usually when they're making an attempt to make a run on the ships. So I think we're ending up catching fighters that have put themselves in a bad situation. So, and I don't know as if this game models that very well, the whole energy warfare. And if there's something else behind the scenes we're not seeing. But I think it's because these zeros are considered attacking the ships. And these wildcats that I've scrambled have an altitude and speed advantage as they're coming in, and they're basically ambushing zeros who aren't currently in the thought process of doing air-to-air combat. They're in the thought process of we're going to try to strafe those ships over there, and so they end up getting massacred. And that's the majority of times that I've had this type of a massacre happen, is typically when the zeros show up coming after the ships. I don't know if that's making any sense what I'm mumbling here, but that's my thought process here on why do these zeros get completely massacred by the wildcats. Because I have seen times where zeros have completely massacred wildcats, and they've typically not been in situations where zeros are concentrating on strafing ships. They're typically when zeros are concentrating on shooting down other fighters, when they're actually being a fighter. And I haven't had a lot of fighter versus fighter combat in this Let's Play at all. Most of the times the wildcats are scrambled to defend the ships. So that's why I think this is happening. Anyway, that's my thought process, and I'm going to stick to it. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Zeros do have fairly good endurance compared to the wildcats, but it is on the edge of possibility. We have the flying fish up here. Flying fish is, yeah, short on torpedoes. She's now rearmed. Let's get her back down. Huh. Well, if I'm thinking it is a possible carrier, then I think I would be remiss to not get cap over the Pensacola. If I think there is a carrier in the area, then the Pensacola is in danger, and I should put a cap over. And we have food up here. Good deal. Milne. Bow fighters. Rockets. Sunderland's back there. Oh, well, yeah, ignore. I kind of try to leave my eye up here a bit. It's certainly possible that came from truck. Oh, and you guys, please escort CTF-1 if you're going to be in the air. We've slowed things down because I want to, well, not miss the food while I'm actually looking up here to see if we don't stumble across a carrier. We do have a bit of a search gap here where the carrier would most likely be. Right. Where was that food? It's got to be around here. Warm up in a box. About 256 will do. Drop down to 390. Not as perpendicular as I like. I think that actually was a factor there. Don't believe we've got her to the point to where she's gonna sink. No, not at all. So we're gonna try to do a quick 1-2. Get lined up properly here. gas do? So 2 is down, and 1 is soon to follow. There we go. Food is down. Sadly, we did lose a bow fighter. We have fleet back at Midway. This is fleet 2. Is there any cargo for you to be had here? There is. Okay, I'm surprised. So engineering. Engineering. Supplies. Fuel. Supplies. 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 And supplies. Speaking of which, Tarawa. Yeah. She has a real delivery right there. Okay, so Tarawa will be back to operational. And our shipments to Moresby have begun. How did Exeter get ahead of the carrier? Anyway, Darwin. Launch aircraft. 12 Wildcats over Task Force Exeter. Beautiful. More food. I thought we lost a bowfighter. Has it already been a day since we... Evidently it must have been. Yeah. Oh, I asked a question about shipping lanes, and Jock, BF1 something or another, not sure what his name signifies. I have an idea. It very much sounds like the nomenclature for a helo flight group stationed aboard, well, in my instance, I was on Sprints class destroyers. It sounds to me like a helo detachment for a ship. Is what his name reminds me of. It might be a flight group for some other ship, like maybe a carrier or something. I'm not familiar with carrier operations. Really wasn't. I've walked past one. I think I did. I did actually board the Kitty Hawk. We called her the Shitty Kitty. For some reason, I think to visit someone one time. But I don't think that was me going much more than onto the quarterdeck. So I don't know a whole lot about carriers, other than looking at them from at a distance and knowing that I didn't want to ever pull into any port that they were at because there were far too many of the bastards. Well, how do I put that? So when you're on a small boy and you pull into a port and you're the only ship pulling into port, life is good. You get all the access to all the amenities with a limited number of bodies. But if you were to pull into that same port with, say, a carrier along, well, now that totally throws off the balance of the ratio, right? Because on a small boy like a Spurance, you got, what, 350 odd souls? Give or take 30 one way or the other? Where on a carrier, you've got like 3 to 4 to 5,000 bodies. Completely different scenario. So, yeah. I'm not meaning to disparage anyone that served on a carrier. In fact, my sympathies go out to you if you served on a carrier, as you were basically on a floating city. No matter where you went, you were stuck around thousands of other people. It's just a very different culture when you serve on a small ship like the Spurance. The Spurance was probably the best ship in the Navy you could have served on at my time period because it was capable of all warfare areas. It was capable of anti-air, anti-sub, surface engagements, you name it. So Sprucans were often sent solo, off to do their own thing by themselves, where other ships, like, say, the early flight of the Arleigh Burkes, which were mainly tasked to be AA batteries, they were limited in some of their other warfare areas, so they often had to sail with other ships. Granted, the Arleigh Burke, later flights of Arleigh Burkes, were beefed up in their other warfare areas because they were going to take over for the Spurance, which they probably never actually honestly took over this for the Spurance's capabilities, but they attempted to because that's what the U.S. Navy had when they got rid of the Spurance, was the Arleigh Burke, and so they had to make do with it. And maybe I'm a little biased, having served on Sprucans my entire time period, but the Spurance was one hell of a good platform. The Navy actually lost out when they decommissioned the Spurances, in my opinion. They lost some capacity. Arleigh Burke is a fine ship, but it's no Spurns. Oh, food. Food that's way over here. I completely lost sight of my food. Oops. But that's okay because we were well outside of the distance that this food could have gotten pulled in on that engagement. So as long as we can, I don't know, get somewhere near here, we should be able to find it. Yeah, I'm thinking a little that way. Feel like right about here. Woohoo! We found food. Hold on a second. Box, please. 390. Well, another lackluster. Nobody's doing that strange dive into the frickin' deck thing, right? Everyone speed up. Wow. Wow. Well, that was an unfortunate run on our food. If our food keeps biting us back, we're never going to rearm our bow fighters. Ah, damn it. Alright, we're gonna watch him burn. Yeah, what I thought. Does anyone recognize that boat? Yeah, it's about the worst combination we could have gotten. It's the oiler that actually has 2 guns, and it's the vanilla merchant that's, well, far more armed than all the rest. Hey, warm up, guys. Alright, one of them sunk. go. Food's down. We're gonna focus a little bit here. 4 o'clock. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Alright, 12 Wildcats, do your work. Oh boy. Got a bit of work out in front of you, don't you? Scary. Can't let them get through. Although they're a bit high in the air to be delivering torps, aren't they? I mean, that's what I thought I saw underneath there. Oh no, that's a bomb. These are torps. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, come on, guys. Fuck me. Come on. No fish got away? Wait, it's not completely over yet. Oh, there's more coming. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no. Okay, Exeter. Australia. Gambia. Form up. All back. I might have done that for no reason. Canberra, hard over. Break. Exeter group, go ahead and come to a stop. Canberra group, come to a stop. Nepal, rudder amidships, bring yourself to a stop. Norman, rudder amidships, bring yourself to a stop. Alright, I think we might have lost a wildcat in that. But thankfully, our ships survived. Yeah, one wildcat down. Darwin. Over the Exeter. Go ahead and start turning around here. Oh, wait. Exeter. Do you have full orders to get in there right now? Why don't you feel like you're moving? Oh, son of a sons of a sons of a sons. No, this is not happening. Darwin? This is not optimal. We're launching Dauntlesses and Avengers as fighter cover. Oh, the Wildcats are in this, thankfully. Right. Dauntlesses. You are given the go-ahead to dogfight. Avengers. You are given the go-ahead to dogfight. Have fun. Are you guys actually dogfighting? It doesn't feel like you are. Okay. Everybody, target one of those aircraft and attack. Avengers did it. Alright, before some reckless Avenger flies into the side of a ship, we're gonna leave. Task Force Exeter. Turn on sonar for the lulls. Aircraft down. Was that all that was here? You guys seem like you have some sort of purpose. Attacking a 4. So there is an aircraft out here somewhere. They are. I think we got them all. Alright, off she goes. On her own. Buns down to a level 1 port. Airfield obliterated. Job well done. Drum. Rearm ship. Set your course down yonder. USNS Fleet 1. Manage cargo. 50 fuel. Engineering. Where am I sending these guys? Off to Milne. I don't know why I grabbed the troops then if I'm sending them to Milne. Yeah, it is what it is. Alright, that's close enough. Darwin, you can start. Heading yonder that way as well. Alright. I feel like the escape has been made. This is a fair distance. Whoa, stop. I hate when the game does that. So there's a forward slash and backslash. If you press the wrong slash for measuring, you press the super duper fast forward and at incredible speeds button, which sucks. Okay, so yeah, they could. This is a level 1. Limited air power could come out of here. Kendari, level 3. I think we're safe. I think we're home free. I believe we are home free. With that being said, no, don't remove the mark. Just get me the fin back, please. Fin back, you're going to set up a patrol course. Like so. Beautiful. And Tarawa, you have USNS Fleet 3 waiting to offload. Which now means we should be able to go to Tarawa. We have ample supplies, engineering and fuel to hit the button. Good. Okay. Now Tarawa is back to being a fully operational airfield. as far as I'm concerned. So that's a good thing. And USNS Fleet 3, head on back to Midway Island. I think USNS Fleet 3 is going to turn into kind of a makeshift troop and supply runner. She's going to pretty much constantly run between Midway and Tarawa to funnel all the troops from Midway to Tarawa, and any leftover supplies to Tarawa to allow the actual troop ships to resupply from Tarawa. That is the thought process. Yeah, okay. We'll get one more day out of this episode. Invasion Force Australia is heading back to Tarawa. I do want to get... Yeah, I think I'm gonna detach these two, the Type C3Ss. Huh? No, split group. There we go. We're gonna call this MMH, Moresby Milne Horn Shuttle. And your job is going to be just to more fine-tune what's at Milne and divvy it out to Moresby and Horn, as we have a little bit too much in Milne, I think. More than we need in Milne. It would be better utilized in Moresby. And that will open up the space in the Invasion Force Australia for those Cameroons to join the group. Dauntlesses is fine. In fact, I think we're going to buy those units now. So that's British merchant ships, Cameroon, and we're going to get 1, 2, 3. Done. And you guys are going to manage cargo. head on down to Tarawa, where you'll meet the rest of the gang. That's interesting. Very interesting. Sure, you're well outside of the reach of the app. Very, very, very long range there. Ignore it. Enemy troops defeated in Leh. Excellent. Another blue star on the map. Anyway, earlier I was talking about Jock, and I never did get to actually saying what I was thankful for Jock pointing out to me, did I? I think I brought up his interesting name, talked about his name, then went on a side rant about carriers and small boys, and never actually thanked him for pointing out that the comment about open shipping lanes means that Midway is going to start to receive a larger income at the 200 ships sunk mark. So that's what the open shipping lanes means, is that we'll get a larger amount of weekly resources. So all for that, most definitely. And thank you, Jock, for pointing that out. All right. Alright, we're sending up the Beauforts to maybe get a strike in before the day ends. Unlikely, but maybe we'll get a nighttime raid opportunity. If we can get some sniff of where this guy might be at. And we're getting a slight sniff right now. Alright, so we know he's traveling around this course. Maybe right about here. So we will say we will put that as where we think he is right now. You are going to be arriving two hours. We're going to remove this mark. Two hours. I'm going to go with the circle. This is the approximate area we will suspect them to be 2 hours from now. Based off of Voodoo. I'm assuming 30 knots. The speed of 30 knots. So this is 60 nautical miles. So that's 2 hours travel time between there and there. It's actually going to take the Beauforts 2.2 hours to get here. So maybe I should zoom in just a little bit below it. Just a little bit. Anyway, I think it'll be close enough to the ballpark. Close enough to ballpark to get us an opportunity at a night raid. Those don't happen very often in this game, and I like it when they do. Although I'm level bombing at night, that'll definitely go rather interesting, I suppose. Oh, speaking of which, I have the MMH shuttle sitting here saying, hey, would you like me to do something? Yes. Grab some engineering. And you can't take fuel. Right. Well, I guess supplies then. Yeah? Yeah. and head on over there. How is Horn doing? Still enough engineering and fuel to keep it at 100% integrity. To tactical. Hey, we have target. Now what are we looking at? Destroyer. 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 Okay, so typical. Wasn't expecting to see a destroyer at 2. Wasn't expecting to see a light cruiser at 1. Destroyer. Light cruiser. Light cruiser. Okay, this is... We're seeing the results of our efforts starting to transpire here. The Japanese are having a harder time putting together a beefy fleet, if you will. You know what? For now, just form up one line ahead. 100 spacing. About 4850. It's evening time, and it's light cruisers, not heavy cruisers, so we got an even smaller target to try to drop on. Smaller and more maneuverable. See, let's drop it down a little. Yeah, 4600. We'll go with 4600. Slow down a little bit because it is light cruisers as well. Actually, what is this fleet doing? They don't have anything capable of bombarding with. I mean, they could be hauling troops and supplies via destroyer, but it wouldn't be a whole hell of a lot. What is the mission of this fleet? bomb bay doors aren't open. Oops. Open the doors, please. Drop one. So this is going to be complete overkill if I do hit. But I'm assuming that everything's going to miss. Way off target. Off target again, but off target could be a good thing, who knows. Form up, speed up, climb. Now we're gonna go watch the fireworks. I think one of them might have already landed. Oh, there was a dud bomb. Great. Alright, so we hit with one dud bomb. Woohoo! Way to go. Minor damage. I mean, is a fire gonna break out? That would be nice. I don't think so, though. Nope. Ah, damn. Wait, did we lose a Beaufort? I saw something about something lost. We did. Alright, it's nighttime. Food has been found by the finback. This will probably be the last major action of this episode. Head that way. Best possible speed. Did I put your scope up? Turn on radar. Go ahead and target number 1. And let's fast forward. Yep, I would love to have another level of fast forward for this particular activity. I do enjoy the sub activities in the game. Just a little time consuming to set them up is all. And I have to keep in mind that utilizing these subs, I need to be a little more conservative with them. I put the drum into a bad position in that one episode. I had to rescue it with air. Basically, I had to throw away the air to save the drum, because the drum is now a 30-point asset. The subs are ridiculously priced now. And so now, yeah, I think you have to play more conservatively with them because of their enormous price tag. Of course, going after food like this doesn't put the fin back into any danger. There's, you know, these guys aren't carrying depth charges or anything. There's no sonar. So this is not an example of where I have to even worry about anything. It's when I'm actually going after warships. This is not exactly the best position. I don't feel like I'm going to get a decent shot on one for sure. I think I might have to start retargeting. Stop. Target 2. At some point I'm going to have to turn in and go perpendicular. And it's right about now. Slow down. Gonna have to do a manual. Gun forward and aft. What am I doing? Recognition manual. Japanese. Damn it. No tankers. Gun forward aft. Staying with the 1% spread. I'm not really feeling very good about this solution. No, I'm gonna stick with the 1%. Alright. Fire. Captain, torpedoes are half the distance to the target. Sorry, a little U-boat going on there. Yeah, I don't know about this. Not feeling good, in my opinion. We might nip her in the butt with one of them, maybe. Ah! Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. That's a wrap. From here on in, it's just trying to chase them down, and that's never a good thing. You know what? What am I thinking? I'm thinking absolute insanity is what I'm thinking. Engage those merchant ships with the carrier. Let's have a surface action with the carrier. Am I nuts? Yep, I'm nuts. It's 5 o'clock. Do you know where your carrier is? I think we're going to wrap up this episode here on a cliffhanger. The carrier is literally like moments away from being in a surface action with a merchant ship. Granted, I'm not too worried about it. The Atlanta is more than capable of dealing with those merchant ships, but it might be being a little reckless here. Additionally, we have whatever this group is coming in here to do whatever they think they're going to do. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting in the next episode, that's for sure. So, I'm just going to put a random mark here signifying reminder that there's a light cruiser fleet coming through here for some bizarre reason to do whatever unknown. Yeah, so a little bit of food action with the carrier, and then this to be dealt with in the next episode. Again, I do definitely appreciate all of the likes the last episode got. Hopefully you guys smashed the like button once again. That was really cool. But until the next episode, all, I'm Jaames Johnson. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please smash that like button, consider subscribing, and until the next time, all, peace.